Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another The Sports Scoop video. Today, we are talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New England Patriots matching up in Foxborough, the biggest homecoming of an NFL quarterback, or arguably the biggest game, most anticipated game in the history of the National Football League. Welcome in, everybody. Tampa Bay Buccaneers go to Foxborough. Tom Brady homecoming, going against his former coach, who he won 6 Super Bowl with in Bill Belichick, going up against rookie quarterback Mac Jones, who is looking successful in Foxborough. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the most anticipated. This will be the best game getting led up to this year and arguably of all time. What a game. We'll be breaking it down in a shorter video today. Not a shorter, we'll see. I'll just be talking. So make sure you guys do subscribe and watch until the end of the video to get all of my takes and much more. 3 other hosts on the channel as well. So much NFL content coming out, but we can't really have an intro that long. We got to get into it. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So some history for you guys. So the last time that the Buccaneers faced the faced the Patriots was 8 years ago. Brady, Bill Belichick, and the New England Patriots dismantled the Buccaneers at home. Brady had an orchestrated 23 straight points, throwing for 2 scores to a rookie wide receiver, Ken Tompkins. Wow. What I mean, and that was his 51st straight game with a touchdown pass. Look where he's come now. Look where Bill Belichick has come now. Wow. Who would ever thought that they would come down to this, where Tom Brady returns to Foxborough? This game you need to tune into. Sunday night, prime time, 8:20 p.m. Eastern on NBC. Again, I'm announcing this like the Red Zone guy. I announced that when I forgot his name, the guy who goes 7 hours. I'm very much, speaking it like that. Scott Hansen. How could I forget Scott Hansen? Shout out to you. But what a game this is. I just recorded this and I don't know, my footage died. So I do apologize if I'm not as enthusiastic or because I'm repeating. But man, I mean, talking about this all week, obviously, as we did our previews for this game, on our week 4 previews, we have 4 hosts, so we didn't go that in depth on it. And generally do game previews. This really isn't much of a game preview, or at least the title and thumbnail don't look like our regular game preview thumbnails. This is just simply going to be a talk about the storylines and the history between these two guys. So clearly, before we get into it, I do not like this narrative of people talking about, well, who's more successful, Brady or Belichick in New England? I think Strong Opinion Sports touch on it very well. The people and the producers of NFL TV, or the people who talk about TV online and on TV shows, all the producers do is what is going to make the fans or the people who watch our shows get in arguments, or what's going to be the most content. And that's the question, is who had more impact. I hate the question for one, because is Tom Brady on the Patriots anymore? No. Then let's not talk about this. Let's actually preview this game and break down the game that is on our hands. And then the other reason is really, why does it matter? It's 6 Super Bowls. And what I actually, while I was recording last one, I came with this saying's already probably been said. The quarterback is the coach of the offense of the team, and the coach is the quarterback of the coaching staff, which it doesn't really make sense, but I like the saying. Maybe we'll put it on a shirt. But without that out of the way, I just think, going into this game, the storylines, obviously Belichick, who we know is a pretty detached guy. Like this, emotions going to this game is not going to, I don't think it'll affect, Belichick and Brady. And I think it'll affect Belichick the least. I don't think Belichick will ever be affected by emotions in his life. I don't think Belichick has ever felt an emotion. I'm joking, but he's a very serious guy. He's a business guy. Obviously, this is why he's the best coach in NFL history, going up against the best quarterback in NFL history. And when they are on the same team, they're quite lethal. A dynasty, you could say, that occurred in New England. And going back to it with, for Tom Brady, it's just, it's the scenes there. And I think what I was talking about in the last time is, it's not just that they're facing each other, but it's that it's in Foxborough. This would not be near as much of a really anticipated matchup if it wasn't Brady going back to Foxborough. If the Patriots were going to Tampa Bay, no one would really care that much. And not know that, excuse me, not that nobody would really care, but nobody would be hyping it up as much as this game, because this just makes it so much bigger because of the sheer just and it's really hard to kind of elaborate on. It's just the sheer storylines, like the history, but there is no amount of history that will ever add up to this. 6-time Super Bowl champions, dynasty in the making, the best coach and the best quarterback who both got that title together. He wasn't the best quarterback when he went to when he went to New England, and Belichick was not the best coach ever, and they grew that together off each other's back. So it's just so crazy. And then in terms of game planning, like, will Belichick be really good at game planning against Tom Brady? I think it's definitely a good point. But I think, going to this one, people are saying it'll be very one-sided, which I think there obviously is the potential to be, but I would definitely think this will be close. I think Belichick has that coaching staff. Belichick definitely has that mind because he was successful with Brady. He knows the play calls. He knows what he likes to do. He knows he likes to kind of sit in that pocket and move and navigate through it. And obviously with that lethal receiving coach, I'm not sure if Antonio Brown is playing, which will be, obviously we know how good that team is and how good they are. Okay, right. So Antonio Brown is in. Gronk, we know, is out. Looking at the depth chart here, who else is out? So Jason Pierre-Paul is questionable. Jamel Dean is questionable as well. And it's so crazy that Richard Sherman now is on the Bucs roster, and he will be starting. Another big storyline, obviously. And then as well, obviously Antonio Brown returning. And it's not only the Tom Brady. That's obviously the main storyline, the one that everyone will touch upon. But Gronk is returning. He became one of the best tight ends to ever touch a National Football League field with the Patriots. And Antonio Brown, while he played, how many games did he even play with the Patriots? We played 2. I only remember that Dolphins one, and then he was cut. It's just, such a huge game, and there's so much kind of there's so much hype around it, and I think deservedly so, because, and then again, it's the Mac Jones returning, because Mac Jones, who has been compared so much to Tom Brady. Obviously, you can't really compare anyone to Tom Brady, but you look at how modern quarterbacks are built. They're not built like Mac Jones, guys who stay in the pocket and kind of dish out the ball. Like, they're guys who are mobile, like a Trevor Lawrence, like a Justin Fields, like a Trey Lance. And then for the Patriots, so it's Isaiah Wynn is questionable and Trent Brown. So both of their tackles are questionable going to this game. And then Jawan Bentley is questionable. J.C. Jackson, Van Noy, and Kyle Duggar, all starters on the defensive side of the ball, are all questionable. So that is definitely something to look for. Cameron McGrone is out. Josh Uche is as well questionable. So there's actually a lot of injuries on that defense. But again, in terms of picking it apart, I don't think Brady will be able to, because I think it's a very solid Patriots defense, and a defense that is going to be able to really hold this Bucs team, because we saw this Bucs team obviously get held against the Rams, and I think this Patriots team definitely has the potential to do that as well. And then I think you look at their offense, the efficiency that these two teams have, it is very, very much evident. And then obviously N'Keal Harry, who was on IR, but then you have Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith, obviously Kendrick Bourne, Nelson Aguilar, Jacoby Myers, Gunnar Olszewski, Damon Harrison. It's an offense that definitely has ability to score some points. So it'll be a fantastic game to watch. And just the storylines going to this one, it's just so crazy to really think about. The amount of trophies and the amount of history that these two players and these two just people in the league have put together, and these several, like Gronk included, going up against each other will be such a amazing clash. That wasn't a very planned video. That wasn't very elaborate, or not even elaborate. That wasn't very dished out well. So I hope you guys did enjoy that. But so it's Cian McDermott from the Sports Scoop. Make sure you guys follow us on social media. Live streams will hopefully be getting back to soon, and more videos to come. But this is going to be the most anticipated game, ladies and gentlemen. Get prepared. Without further ado, this is Cian McDermott. I will see you in the next video. Make sure you guys comment any of your thoughts. What do you think about this? Are you going for Brady? Are you going for Belichick? I mean, the storylines between these two guys, I've said it so many times, but there is so much behind these two guys. So make sure you guys comment. What do you think down below? We always respond. Instagram and my personal, you can always DM as well. CIAN_MCD5 and the Sports Scoop on Instagram. But without further ado, Cian McDermott. We'll see you in the next one.